So you might hear wind during this video. So if you do, I apologize, but it is really stormy in California and it is crazy outside right now. Okay, and it actually kind of ties in with our video. So today we're gonna be talking about when you're in contract to buy a house, meaning the seller has accepted your offer, what's the deal with inspections, okay? Because I get this a lot. I get, well, Jen, are you gonna order the inspections, or do I do it, or does the real estate agent do it? So today we're gonna talk about inspections, what the lender orders, what the realtors order. Okay, there may be a tree going through my window real quick here, so this could be very dramatic. We're gonna go through all of that. So first of all, as a lender, what do I order? The only thing the lender orders is the appraisal. I do not order a pest report. I do not order a home inspection. I do not order a well inspection. I do not order a septic inspection. The only thing I, the lender, order is the appraisal, okay? Very important. Now, other inspections. Sometimes people go, well, I don't really want other inspections. Get the inspections. Like, look, there's certain loans like VA for most states, you're gonna need a termite report. Other loans like conventional, it's not a requirement. However, you know, look, I've always done this channel like you guys are my best friends. What if my best friend said to me, Jen, I'm gonna buy a house with no inspections? I'd be like, you are crazy, do not do it. I made that mistake once and I have been paying for it since. Paying and paying and paying for it. For people who follow me, you know about the New York apartment with the never-ending rain flow in it, right? Get your inspections, okay? Typical on any house is going to be a pest inspection, so that's termites. You know, does it have wood rot damage? Are there wood-boring beetles? Man, those can destroy a house. Something that can affect the structural integrity of the house. Also, a home inspection is very standard, something I would strongly recommend. If I'm buying a house, I'm going to be getting a termite inspection and a home inspection no matter what. Now, sometimes people go, okay, well, does the realtor just order all that? They may. I mean, you're going to be paying for it. You're going to want to talk to your real estate agent about the professionals they recommend, and you're gonna wanna look at their third-party reviews as well. And look, this is kind of a tough conversation because a lot of real estate agents recommend people because they're amazing. You know, they're great. Like, I have a real estate agent I work with. I trust her implicitly, right? Because I know the people she provides are gonna look for problems. That's not true with everyone though. Sometimes a real estate agent may recommend a termite person because they never find anything, or a home inspector because they always say everything looks great. So if you're not sure, it's always a good idea just to look at third-party reviews. That's with anything you do, right? Look, I mean, goodness sakes, we look at Yelp before we eat a donut. Shouldn't we at least check Yelp before we hire someone to see if the house that we're buying is gonna fall to the ground? Feels like a good idea. Yelp, Google, most inspectors and stuff, I would argue, have some sort of reviews out there. And if they don't, like, I would be there at the inspections. I don't think that's a bad idea to be there if you can. I think it's a very good idea because sometimes when you get those inspections back, you're like, but if you're there and you go, wait, what does that mean? They explain it and it's not as scary. Or you're there and they show it to you and it is scary. And then, you know, you might see something where they're like, okay, you know, recommend foundation inspection. Okay, that's definitely something where if someone calls out a foundation inspection, you want to do that. Okay, so your basics are going to be the termite and the home inspection, but the home inspector may recommend other inspections based on what they find. Maybe they look at the roof and they're like, you better get a roofer out here to see if this thing is going to last. So that can happen as well. Okay, once again, that's something you and the realtor would be talking about ordering, and the professionals. The lender, I only order the appraisal, okay? Also, do not send me your inspections. Only send me what I ask for. As a lender, it's very important that you guys know, never send me anything I do not ask for. Because if you send me something, it becomes part of your file. And if you're like, well, I just wanted you to look at it, I didn't want the underwriter to look at it, guess what, guys? You sent it to me. The underwriter's gonna look at it. So only send a lender what they request. Now, you're buying a house with a well. Oh my goodness, get a well report. I can't stress it enough. If you're buying a house with a well, even if the seller, oh geez. Okay, I'm actually slightly afraid. Okay, so even if the well report, if they say, oh, the well's great, we just had to test it, I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust anyone. Get a well report. You know, you need to make sure that that well has water. You need to see what the speed the water comes out. Like, are you going to be under the shower faucet for 7 weeks trying to get a drip of water? Can you drink the water? Is it potable, meaning drinkable? You know, is there E. coli in the water? That happens more often than you would think. You definitely want to get a well report. Now, if the house is on septic, do you want to get a septic report? Yeah, totally, for sure, for sure. Now, is it a requirement of the loan? No, none of these are. You know, for most loans, none of these are a requirement. For VA, I want a termite, and if you are on a well, I am going to need that well report. The reason you want a septic inspection, okay, first of all, if you guys are looking at a house with a septic, you need to deep dive on YouTube so that you can see everything that's going on with septic inspections and septic systems, how they can go wrong. The reason I bring it up is because I've had quite a few transactions over the last 15 years where we've been held up for 1, 2, 3 months while a septic system gets replaced, okay? Because someone had an inspection and they found out that the tank was cracked, or the location wasn't right, or the leach fields, you know, they weren't working properly. Now, for people who don't know, septic is another type of sewage system. So you really want to make sure your sewage system is working, okay? And this is something you'll be talking to the realtor about as well, like who can do this inspection. Now, are most houses on septic and well? No, it's very, you know, if you're in a rural area, you're likely to be on well and septic. If you're in the middle of Manhattan, there's a 0.0 chance. So it is very dependent on where you're looking. Okay. Now, if you go, well, Jen, I want to do more inspections. I want to do a foundation inspection, even if they don't ask for one. You want to talk to your real estate agent about what inspections are realistic and what is overkill. Okay. Now, in fairness to you, if you have any concern whatsoever, I would totally recommend getting an inspection. But at the same point, you know, all this stuff costs money. So you do want to take that into consideration, because most of the time it is the buyer who is paying for these inspections. Now, you may get a seller credit towards closing costs if you negotiate for that, but they only will reimburse you for those inspections with that credit if you close. Okay. And look, there's ways to negotiate where the seller pays for inspections up front, but then they're likely picking out who does the inspections. So that would be the one variance to you and the real estate agent ordering it, would be if the seller's agreeing to pay for it, and if part of that is they get to select who does the inspection. So just a quick video, because this is something that I see a lot of confusion on. I'm also going to be turning off my camera and hiding because I'm pretty sure that tree is going to come through the window. But as always, guys, I am licensed in 48 states. I am happy to help you. I am passionate about teaching you about mortgages, even in peril. So as always, thanks for watching, guys.